Trey Murphy with a clean block for the win. Let's talk about it.
First took away. Yes, for this. Get your money's worth now.
Presented by the Scott Vicknair Injury Law Firm. If you've been injured in any kind of accident, car, truck, 18-wheeler, or hurt offshore, Scott Vicknair handles it all. Give him a call at 504-500-1111 for a free consultation. Yes, a free consultation. They always fight for the win. And as always, this show is powered by 4D Energy. Chaz, Five, Lito. What an interesting game that was. A lot to talk about. Dejounte Murray dropped 30 tonight. Is that right? Yeah, Dejounte 30 ball. Trey 30. Murphy. Trey Murphy's hit how many free throws has Trey Murphy hit in a row? Like something insane. So
is it 50?
He's hit 50 in a row. He's hit 50 in a row. Yeah. We're definitely gonna talk about Trey Murphy.
It's impressive.
What's up, Chris? Chris is here. Lito.
What up?
Let's talk about Trey. Go ahead. Another incredible. We got the whole. Everybody's here. We got everybody. I'm trying to. There we go. We got everybody. Everybody's here. Smash the like button. The whole team's here.
Hey, we don't win enough to skip a post game.
No, we got shit, bro. Company burger, free tots. Lito, let's play this last clip. Obviously, a clean block.
Yeah,
did not go off the backboard at all. Absolutely clean block. I will say this before we get to the clip: the NBA review process doesn't make zero sense. If the whole point is to get the call right, this play should have been reviewed. And Joel and AD were bringing it down beautifully. Since it wasn't called and there was no stoppage of play, they couldn't review it. But the whole point of the replay system is to review these calls late in games that have the balance of a win and a loss. Like, you should be able to review it. But let's play the clip.
They're not going to call the opportunity for the win for Dallas. Blocked away. What a block. Okay.
Incredible play by Trey Murphy. Lito absolutely hated the sideline out of bounds and ran it back-to-back times. And they got the ball to Jordan Hawkins. That was rough. He gets double teamed, turns it over, and then it's basically 2-on-1 Trey Murphy with the block. But not only does he have the block, Lito, he also ices the game with 2 free throws.
Hey, man, 2-5 different. He looking different, bro. I can't categorize it. I don't know what to call it. I'm gonna just say he different. He believe. You can see it. You could just he playing basketball like he think he the best player on the floor, regardless of who on the floor with him.
5.
Nah, I'm with Lito. I mean, I think
is he the best player on the floor?
Yeah. No. I'm with Lito. He thinks he's the best basketball player on the floor, right? Like, that's a confidence you need to have playing basketball. Anytime I was on the court, I may have not been the best player, but I believed I was. That made me better. I mean, it's all about confidence, especially in basketball. AD said something interesting, though, and I tweeted it. All-star in the making, in reference to Trey Murphy, and it's not far off. Like, we've been saying this for a minute. Like, he has the potential to be an all-star, and I think we're just seeing the fruition of it, right? And I think most people around the league, if they get a chance to watch the Pelicans, I know it's going to be difficult at times, but this is the guy you want to see. 6'10", adding the off-the-dribble moves, like, can get to the free throw line. Like, they think that's the most impressive thing.
20 and 20 from the free throw line in 24 hours. 2020.
Crazy.
20 free throws in 24 hours. Like, just, comparing it to Brandon a little bit, like, he does things like if he gets you in the air, he's trying to, get you to foul him so he can get to the free throw because he has a confidence in himself. Like, I'm knocking this shit down. I think that's the most important part. Again, to Lito's point, confidence is the key to all of this. And I think that's what we're seeing from Trey Murphy.
And Chaz, you alluded to this multiple times, though, but Trey Murphy, I've been comparing his stats from last year to this year. Trey Murphy only averaged 2.5 free throw attempts last year. He's now up to 4.2 free throw attempts this year. Mm-hmm. Not to mention, he's a 92.3 free throw shooter. I mean, it's got to be, I don't have the list, but it's got to be top 2, 3 in the league. If you're getting the line 4 or 5 times a night and shooting 93% from the free throw line, those are easy points for him.
Yeah, and again, he didn't have a very effective shooter night, but you make up for that by getting to the free throw line. That's what a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does. Even a person like James Harden, went 8 for 8 from the free throw line, 7 for 18 from the field. Also chipped in 10 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 2 blocks. And 1 steal, only 2 turnovers. Overall, I think he's playing like one of those people you can depend on. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as when his jumper isn't falling, there's other things he can do to contribute at a high level. And I think you're seeing that he's also not turning the ball over a lot. He's also not fouling a lot. And I think that says a lot because you can be as effective as you want, but if you're not on the floor, then you know, what can you do? But I think he's playing very well, very well. It's at 24, 10 and 4. I mean, shit, that's great. You know, he's been excellent.
Chris, another thing that you got to talk about with Trey is like he's just a lot stronger. He's finishing now through contact. He's not losing the basketball anymore. He's rebounding the ball, as Shaz just talked about. Like last 4 games, he's averaging 7 rebounds a night, and he's dropping 30 and 32 and 24 and 22. Like this dude's becoming a star.
Yeah. I want to read actually something. I was talking to his dad. Shout out to Kenny yesterday, and Kenny said here, and I quote, he said, "Trey has always been a work in progress. Trey has always exceeded whatever expectations, no matter the circumstances. I think now you see his teammates really helping him along the way. They believe in him, and that is huge in anyone's maturation process." No Willie Green love there necessarily. Trey Murphy, I'm being petty. Trey being a star. Yeah, you know, the fun part about this right now is that he is it's almost like he's leaving certain shit for like the following game. Like I didn't shoot the 3-ball well this game or last game. I'll do that in a couple games, but let me get this 24. All right, well, let me get 30 tonight. All right, well, I'm not gonna get 30 tonight. I'm not shooting the ball really well. Let me grab 10 rebounds. I got 4 rebounds tonight. Let me get 3 blocks. Like he's really, and this is what like real space can do for a player. This is what real, you know, like the shit that, you know, it's a joke about David Griffin saying that a player had permission to be dominant, right? But this is true like bandwidth. This is real space, whether it was on accident or it's on purpose. This allows somebody to really tap into their confidence. I think that's what you're seeing with Trey. We've seen like bits and pieces of him being able to do some of these things, but like not this consistently. And it only happens when he has the space to be able to fucking do it. And now that the players are buying in. So a star, I mean, at least he's playing at an all-star level. Now we got to see consistently what it looks like as some of these other players continue to come back. If you continue to see him playing with Zion, man, but it's just you're seeing something different or something better from him each game and consistent. You can almost pencil in him scoring 20 points a game. No matter what now, 20 points a night, no matter what kind of quarter he's having, free throw line, even without the 3. Now it's all right, well, can I grab these rebounds? Can I get a couple blocks here? Can I force some steals? What's my handle like? It's really good to see.
Yeah, well said, Chris. And Ross, we were talking about today, on the phone, but Brandon Ingham's starting to ramp up. It looks like there's some videos about his conditioning, things of that nature. Like I know y'all touched on this a couple episodes ago, but who's going to the bench? Because it ain't Trey.
Oh, it's gonna be. I told you this already. It's gonna be Eves. Eves gonna go to the bench, but
there's no way. There's just no way. There's no way.
Hey! Hide and watch. That's all I can tell you. Hide and watch. It ain't gonna be Trey Murphy. I don't know who it's gonna be, but it ain't gonna be Trey Murphy. I mean, look. I would say the one thing that we typically allocate as like a strength to Brandon over Trey would be playmaking. The last probably since Christmas, I think a little past Christmas, Trey's averaging about 4 assists a game. on top of the added confidence, on top of scoring about 30, on top of his rebounds starting to bleed up to a number that looks like a respectable thing, on top of a higher, like a much more engaged defender, helping on the weak side. I feel confident that there is no way that they'll start Brandon Ingram over Trey Murphy. No way.
I was watching a clip a couple days ago about Greg Popovich. I think you'll appreciate this because we know Willie Green loves to just, if once Trey Murphy gets it going and then Brandon Ingram comes back, he goes to the bench. Well, Greg Popovich says, like, it's your job to make sure that, like, I'm an idiot and I have to play you. Like, Trey Murphy, what he's done in his time, and he did this last year, the year before too, but he's especially done it this year, is that he's taken full opportunity full advantage of the opportunity that was been given to him, and he's just, you can't take me out of the starting lineup. You just can't.
You sure about
You just can't.
Thank you, Five. Thank you, Five. Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, is this really gonna be a discussion? Like, this is serious.
How many times have we been here, Justin?
Yeah,
I don't know.
No,
we never. No. We've never been here like this. We've never been here like this. With Brandon with a good foot halfway out the door. Trey Murphy with a $130 million extension, playing better than pretty much everybody else we got. Like, I don't know, y'all.
Are you speaking with logic? Are you speaking with logic? How many times have we had conversations based off what we think is logical, and how many times have we seen Pelicans logic play out? I mean, I'm just asking.
This is different. No, y'all are right. This is different.
It's not.
I can't believe we here. I can't believe we here again.
This is 21 a night.
I can't believe we here again. I cannot believe.
It's the glasses.
It's the
glasses.
It's the definition of insanity. That's exactly what it is.
I'm not sure he plays again.
We joke about old boy picketing out front of the arena. They start Trey Murphy over Brandon Ingram when he gets back, and people don't pick it. I'm gonna pick it. I will stand up out there with a sign. I will get kicked out. I've tried to get kicked out and haven't yet, but I will get kicked out of the stadium.
You got somebody kicked out.
Well, I didn't get myself kicked out. I got kicked out.
I got kicked out multiple times.
I'm telling you, Brandon's first game back, I will make sure to be in attendance. And if he starts over Trey, I'm getting kicked out.
Listen.
Put it on whack.
Hold on, Chaz. Before you, this kind of ties everything in together, right? You mentioned Trey possibly not starting because Brandon's coming back. The answer to all of this, or the person making this decision, is Willie Green, right? To that point, to Chris's text between him and Trey's father, had no mention of coaches when he talked about like giving the bandwidth or the idea or the confidence. He said the players have confidence in Trey. He didn't say anything about the coaches or the head coach having confidence in him. So I think though.
Join the club, prospect.
I think those two coincide with each other, right? Like, yeah, Trey can do as much as he wants to do until Willie Green makes a decision to not play him or put Brandon in the starting lineup over him. He doesn't care about nothing we got to say. Nothing.
Chaz, you gonna say something?
I'm not sure Brandon plays again, honestly. I'm looking at the timeline of everything. He's been out about a month now. It's about a 4 to 6 week injury. You're about 14 days from the fucking you're about 14 days from the trade deadline. I'm not really sure he played. I think him playing would do more damage to whatever he's trying to do versus, and the reality of it is, like, aside from Eves, you're not really better than anybody playing right now. Like, if I'm just going to call a spade, you're not better than CJ. You're certainly not better than Trey or Zion. Not better than Dejounte right now. You just go sit down somewhere, brother. Just go sit down somewhere, brother. Yeah, man, I think I'm trying to figure out what Clutch does at this point, because a Clutch reputation precedes them, because they certainly ain't getting no results around this bitch. Nobody answering their phone. We can't get no. They haven't even been any like rumored trade interest with the Brandon situation at this point. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but I don't see him returning. I don't see him returning.
Lito, let's transition to Dejounte Murray over his last 5 games, including tonight. 21.7 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, and 6.6 assists. I think he's also shooting 45% from deep in his last 5 games. Then he also had, he had a couple buckets tonight that were tough. He had a 3, and he had this move late in the fourth.
On the switch, Klay Thompson spins, fall away, tough shot.
As a right-handed shooter,
I don't even.
As a right-handed person, you know how hard that shot is. That's a hard shot, bro.
I'm gonna play it again.
On the switch, Klay Thompson spins, fall away, tough shot.
Motherfucker, go ahead, Russ.
I say, what's funny is, me, I'm a old grumpy motherfucker. I was watching that in the fourth quarter, and as soon as he let it go, was saying bad shot, terrible possession. Thank God it went in, because he took a heat check 3, and I think he airballed that bitch probably 4 minutes before that. So, but it was a hell of a shot.
Old man yells at cloud. Yeah, go ahead, Lito.
I know.
Hey man, that's that Penny Hardaway.
Ooh,
yeah, that's that Penny Hardaway. Except he shot it from the opposite side. Yeah, that was a hell of a move. Hey man, look, me and Chris did a pod, and he asked me, how I felt about Dejounte, and I told him like he stunk for the beginning of the season, and I mean it's no disrespect, but it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't good basketball. He didn't look like himself, and I told him, I don't remember who they played or exactly what he did, but he just looked
Washington.
like a different player. Washington, yeah, against the Wizards, he had a different bop to his game. He had like a pep in the step. He played free, and he just been looking like that player ever since. And I told Chris in that episode, I was like, he really looked like I know he having fun because he doing some variation of street ball and everything he do. It's been very like carefree. Nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna do me, whatever. If you don't like it, just like put me on the bench, but I don't give a fuck right now. And that's literally how he playing.
Yeah. Chris, after the game, Dejounte Murray told Andrew Lopez, "I'm going through a lot. I don't make excuses, but this has been the toughest year for me off the floor. I'm going to show up and go to work every day. The win is the most important to me." I'm just talking about like he's obviously had a lot to deal with his mom back home, off court, the issues. Obviously, he has the broken his hand, wrist, comes back and has a sluggish start, but it's starting to turn a corner here. His last 7 to 10 games, it's starting to look like the guy that they traded for. Is that what you're seeing with him? Because like I feel like he's also playing with a lot more pace too. He just looks more comfortable in the system.
Yeah, that's the perfect word to describe it. There's a lot more pace, a lot more. He looks creative with the basketball. He looks willing to be creative with the basketball. And yeah, I mean, all things considered, with what he's dealing with family and who knows whatever else is going on, and on top of the fact that the team sucks, and on top of the fact that the locker room is probably not in the best of shape right now. Average coach, below average coach. It's a lot, and I mean coming back from a broken hand. So and whatever else he's been on the injury report like damn it 2 weeks now. It's questionable and probable. So, but now it just seems like he got that rust back off him. He's feeling like himself. He got the basketball in his hands. And there's Lito said freedom. Yeah, he has nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. The team's lost enough for him. So on the floor, it's nothing for him. So, but it's good to see him for whatever he's dealing with off the floor. He's finding some kind of happiness on it, and for a lot of people, like I think that's what sometimes a sport, basketball can be. If you use it as a escape, and some place where you can really kind of disappear for a little bit. And you're healthy, it's good, man. And Zion's back. He didn't play tonight, but Zion's back. He has some other talented guys out there. He doesn't have to worry about his future, really. I mean, I don't think Dejounte should be worried about being traded necessarily. So shout out to him, man, for figuring it out with everything he's dealing with off the floor.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue, Chaz, into Zion Williamson.
I have no comment on this. Let's
No Zion Williamson.
Because to me, it's such a non-discussion.
Why? Why play him 23 minutes last night?
For one, all right. I kind of saw this trending a little bit. And I'm like, all right, so Kyrie played last night. Kyrie didn't play today. Kyrie said he was playing today and didn't play today.
In the post game, yep.
Yeah. Then you got a travel game. You're traveling back you've been traveling the last 3, 4. Well, he ain't really been traveling, missing flights. You've been traveling about 3, 4 nights in a row. You traveling back home, whatever return to conditioning schedule, if they had a schedule, because I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they had one, was interrupted because you suspended him. So that's one game he didn't play. Probably didn't do jack shit following that. Then the next day you go to practice. It's get to a point where, again, you would be better off for some people. You would be better off just trading them, because I feel like when you have to deal with such a large personality of quote unquote superstar, he's not a superstar, but you know what I mean, superstar notoriety. Everything gets talked about, and it's like, you don't have to swing at every pitch. It's a non-story. It's a total non-story. If he don't play tomorrow or he don't play the next game, then it will be an issue. But it's like, it's the second night of back-to-back. They just said a game ago he wasn't going to play on the second night of back-to-backs. What were we expecting? That's the thing I don't understand.
I mean, I see some people pissed off, right? Obviously. So this stat today, Ross, is Zion Williamson's. This is the 22nd home game for the Pelicans. Zion's played in 3. You raise ticket prices on season ticket holders over the off season, to your point, Chaz. But season ticket holders want to go see Zion Williamson, and they never get to see him. So that's why they're kind of pissed off. You're paying Chaz, you're paying a lot of money. I'm
gonna say this, and I respect to all season ticket holders. I've had the opportunity, the privilege to talk with some of them. If you paying hard-earned money with an expectation of something, that's like paying money to sleep with a stripper, right? All strippers ain't fucking. You just giving them money. Every stripper ain't going. Zion rarely plays. If you paying money to see the team. You definitely not paying money. If you paying money with the expectation that Zion is gonna be playing, you're a motherfucking fool. Because when he played? When has he played? Especially come on now, it's ridiculous at this point. It's ridiculous. It's see a fool, play a fool at this point. Just you would do better. You ain't even get to see Dejounte. Unfortunately, he had a freak injury, but still, it's been years of this dude not playing. That excuse is tired at this point. I paid good money to see this guy play. It's he never plays.
What you paid good money for was for a competitive team, right?
Exactly.
They sold you on this 49-win team. Zion being healthy is obviously part of that, but to maybe exaggerate Chaz's analogy a little bit, it would be more of, in my opinion, it's more of you see the trailer for a movie with a bunch of good actors in it, and you go see the movie and it sucks. It's that. There's no guarantee the movie's going to be good. You're paying because you think that with these people in it, it should be entertaining, but it isn't always entertaining. But nonetheless, I mentioned this last night to Chaz and Lito. I think this is just nonsense. I mean, look, I think they probably tried to lose this game, and in fact, I think they did everything possible to lose this game, and they still somehow ended up winning, which is incredible in and of itself. We can talk about the Willie Green. The late game issues are so embarrassing. But ignoring all that, yesterday was the first time I've ever seen Zion wear like tape on his knee, I don't know if
I think I saw that the black tape. I saw
and yeah, he had multiple like layers of black tape around his right knee. So I don't know if maybe they really are trying to ease him in, and maybe he does have some discomfort still. I don't know. I'm not trying to be funny. I think it's ridiculous he didn't play. But nonetheless, it does feel like yesterday was the first time that I saw any kind of like lower body, tape or a brace. Because when I looked at it, I thought it was a brace at first, and I was like, oh shit. But anyways, I don't know.
I liken it to like, all right, the Stephen A. Smith thing comes out the other day, right? And it's like, y'all ain't tired of this, like with the fan base. I'm like, God damn. This is Steve. First of all, it's Stephen A. Smith. His job is sensationalism. Shout out to him. He's the best at what he does. But it was like, Stephen A. Smith been talking about Zion to the Knicks since 2019. Like we gonna get upset every time. I'm speaking for like the fan base as a whole. We gonna get upset every time motherfucker talk about Zion really won't go to the Knicks. It's like, dog. It's just,
Jared, you want an interesting perspective on this, Jared. You had an interesting perspective.
Yeah, I'm just tired of the same old thing, right? Like, come up with a new. It's almost akin to what Shannon Sharp said. Like he led his statement with Zion ain't on the court. He always in a food court. Like, we were talking about him being late to a flight. Like, what does that have to do with? If you want to lead with like professionalism, I get it. That should be one of the details that you use. But you led with it as if like he was eating and he missed a flight. It made no sense to me. But again, national media is just tired. That's why people around the league just don't watch the NBA, because the people that are enlisted to help grow the game do a very bad job of talking about the game of basketball. That's why I hope when we get on here, like, we can really talk about, what actually happened in the games at times. I know we get into trades and shit like that, but I do really want to get back to talking about the fucking game, like what happened in the actual game tonight that helped the team win and what they possibly could have done to be better. I mean, Willie Green shits, but I would like to get to a point where we actually do talk about the fucking game.
To me, that was like the perfect opportunity for the national media to like latch on and like let's really go into this professionalism. Let's go. Let's talk about this, because this is gonna is gonna cause a domino effect. But it's like the fat shit is kind of, you got to keep your material a little fresh. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep the material fresh. It's like, yeah, it's a thing, but it's not as prevalent as this. This is a bigger deal. I thought the Hoop Collective did a good job covering it, but it's just like, again, it's just like, God damn. I'm almost at the point where I'm like, look, just trade them, because I'm tired of entertaining these topics. Like, it's just.
Yeah, they always just talk about the fucking, like.
The low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, the low-hanging fruit, or just like a byproduct and not the actual symptom. The symptom is, him not being professional. You just want to keep talking about something that, was a cause, not the cause, but the reaction of him not being professional.
Yeah, like you got Drew, you got the other guy. Like, oh, it's New Orleans, man. The food too good down. What are you talking about?
You don't think New York got good food? Chicago got good food? Like, you don't think these places?
You got to be somewhere else to practice portion control. What the fuck are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Let's talk about this man missing treatments and being a bad professional and being late. Let's talk about that.
Wait, see, they don't know about that shit, Chaz. They don't know about that.
Justin, they know, Justin. They don't care, bro. At this stage, Zion's like passe. Zion is like a guy, like a punching bag type person. You make fun of him. Like, he ain't an Ant or a Wemby or somebody you really like. What's going on out there in San Antonio? Nobody can fuck about Zion, like, talking about it no more.
You seen that tweet, Chaz? Where like somebody put out like the last 4 number ones. I think it was like
power. Yeah, he got cropped out, and it's like cropped
out, and I'm like, that's valid.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be valid, but it is. Like,
it's real.
Yeah.
Shit, Cade balling right now. Shout out to Cade. He bounced back.
He is. He's been incredible. But like, so back to this though, Lito. Like, so then why did Zion play 23 minutes last night? Like, do you think there was a plan? Like, did you think that they actually? Because I saw some questions about that today. Because like a lot of people alluded to, well, the stealth tank and all that different kind of stuff. But then a lot of people were like, maybe he's playing it back to back. So he only got 23 minutes, and he's out tonight for reconditioning. So how do you get back into conditioning if you sit? Once again, people are going to say practice. Guys, in season, they don't like really practice. It's more of shoot arounds, drill work, things of that nature. They're not getting up and down for 30 minutes. So I don't understand the reconditioning medical tagline, but Lito, I'm interested to hear your thoughts, like why he got 23 minutes tonight and then DNP tonight. You're muted.
My bad. I was saying if you don't understand it, there's no way you think I understand it. I don't think there's any like. My assumption would have been he would have played tonight if he played that lower minutes yesterday. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't hear any, I guess, analysis beforehand on him missing the game or like the rhyme or reason why he only played 23 minutes. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, obviously, it wasn't a plan there. It was just some shit that happened. Like somebody just was like, "Yeah, nah, just sit down tonight, big fella. We all right." You know what I'm saying?
To Leo's point, right? Like, I think it would have been better for his conditioning if you would have played him 15 to 25 minutes tonight, right? Because he'd have to get in the mindset of like, I gotta play, so I can't really do. Like, imagine if you just got treatment. Like, I don't have to be very pristine about my diet or whatever he does leading up to a game. But if you are playing, like, you know that, like, I got to be a little bit better about X, Y, and Z rather than just, fucking off. So I don't know. I think they think about this a little differently, or should start thinking about this a little differently, especially when it comes to back-to-backs. I mean, Coach K said it best. He was like, to get Zion in shape, he has to play more.
But he's never played more here, Jared. Like I remember that quote. I think it was the Stan Van Gundy year, maybe.
Yeah. Yes, I think Stan called K and asked him.
Yeah.
And yet they don't ever play him. They don't play him.
Yeah.
Well, that Stan was gone after year 2. So
man.
Stan was 3-hour practice. Stan. I read a really great article today. On Pelicans debrief. Guy Andy wrote it. He writes some really great articles. He was saying how the Pelicans they messed up by trying to be too good too fast, and now they're at a spot where it's like, shit, I used all my assets. Everyone who I could have really traded, I let them go. Or I did right by guys like Drew and sent them to the Bucks. Bucks picks might be useless for a little while. Maybe in the long run that'll work out. But it was a really good article, and it's like, yeah, because you think about it. Imagine that bubble year, right? Let's say you play how you play that year, whatever. All you really had to do was blow it up in the offseason, and you could have potentially had a chance at a Cade, at a long shot. You could have even maybe had a chance at who was after Cade, man? No, Ant was after Zion. Cade wasn't Wemby. Who was the next follow number 1? Paolo.
Yeah.
You could have potentially still been in the running for guys like that if you went with a more of a slower rebuild process. But I don't know. Maybe ownership was like, no, you got to win now. So I don't really know what the orders were. But yeah, they fucked this up.
Yeah, Chaz. My bad, Justin.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, remember, I just talked about this. Ime Udoka talked about how losing was a big part of them being better now, because it was like a slow process. They needed to lose and learn how to play basketball at the same time. I think even last year they weren't great, but they were competitive, and you just kind of see the growth from the young guys now.
Yeah.
No. Can I answer this? Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Nah, go ahead and answer the question, then I'll.
No, I was about to say, no, Jeremiah Cole. Trying to win, it wasn't the issue. It's like tonight, for example. You had a guy like, shout out to Javonte Green, because he's been playing really good basketball lately. But Javonte Green isn't a part of the future. So if Javonte Green wins you just enough games to remain in mediocrity moving forward, like let's say Javonte Green scores 50 points or averages 30 points the rest of the season or some shit like that. Realistically, he's not intended to be a part of the future. So if you end up with pick 10 or pick 12 because of fucking Javonte Green having an out-of-body experience, it's going to keep you in the middle of the pack. And you're going to see teams like OKC, you're going to see the Houstons, you're going to see other teams continue to surpass the Pelicans because they're stuck in mediocrity.
Yeah. I mean,
And
go ahead, Chris. I'll go after you.
well, I mean, this is why I asked a couple weeks ago in regards to Zion, like, what exactly do you do? Because they're in a weird spot of a team that's not realistically anywhere close for having an opportunity to compete for playoff positioning, with ill-fitting parts that need to go, and you're gonna get to a point to where you're trying to lose games, but that means sitting a dude that needs to play, a dude that's already set a bunch of games already. But playing him means that, as Ross has been saying, means you are gonna win more games than you need. It's a real fucked up spot, and it's too early for this. Like, if we was having this conversation closer to like end of February, March, and I think the good thing for him, well, for this team, you look at the schedule. Chad's talking about this as well. From January 29th to like
April,
March, April.
It get fucking deadly.
Bad.
That shit is nasty. So it might not even really matter, but it's still a weird spot to be in, Justin, just because you have this talent that you can't just give excuses to sit anymore, even if it's for the betterment of your franchise overall. If Zion's healthy, you have to find a way to play him. Well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna play him 24 minutes a night, 20 minutes a night? Like, what is going to be the plan going forward to salvage this? I mean, you can't salvage the season, but kind of, take care of both sides. Pause.
So one of the friends of the show just texted me, good friend of ours. If he cared about his rehab, he'd be at unlimited restriction by now. It's his work ethic.
Justin, hold on. We not about to breeze past that. We not just gonna act like he didn't just say that. We can't do that.
What you mean?
What do I mean? You didn't hear what that man said?
Go ahead.
I can't believe you.
We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting this paper. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Accountability on the show. Thoughts on that, Ross?
I was just gonna thoughts about what Chris said.
We don't need.
I have no thoughts. It's a family show. My thoughts about the Zion thing were like, I mean, it's sort of condescending, but like, what's the worst thing that happens if you play him?
He gets hurt. I think someone.
He's always fucking hurt anyway, so who cares? Like you either you're gonna play. Yeah, like I mean, I guess that's kind of where I'm at. Is like, because he's good. You're gonna win more games. Like, you're gonna be a 500 team when he plays, right? Like with this group, maybe a little better, maybe slightly worse, but like the games he plays, you're gonna be around ish 500 probably within a handful of games in either direction. So like, just play him. I mean, because the more, like, if he's healthy, you're going to screw up the tank anyway.
But then if he gets hurt,
you might as well if he gets hurt, then
the medical staff. But what I'm just saying, the medical staff.
I mean, the medical staff's going to get thrown under the bus. They're going to get thrown under the bus no matter what. Whether we've already seen this, that it's unjustified, and they're going to throw them under the bus. I hate it for them, but you're dealing with an incompetent front office, and like that. It's unfortunate that that's just the situation they're in. If Zion can play basketball, I would put him on the court, and that's coming from a guy that I hope we lose every single game the whole year and get the first pick. But if Zion is healthy, he should play every single game that he is healthy to play. I don't care whether he plays 20 minutes or 40. I really don't care. I'm not here to like worry about Zion's knees when he's 38. I don't care.
I think multiple things can be true in this instance. For one, I'm like, I don't care who's giving treatment at this point. Fuck it, just play. You know what I'm saying? What's there to lose? Worst thing can happen is, he get hurt. Okay, then cut him. Like,
if Zion really wanted to play, couldn't he just play? I want to play.
I don't know.
I'm playing tonight.
I don't know because I don't think Zion built like that, honestly.
Oh,
but no. He's asking if he could, if he wanted to.
Oh yeah. If he was built like that, he probably would. But
because in theory, they probably give do y'all think they gave Trey the option tonight
with the ankle coming off the ankle? I don't know. Maybe.
I think so, but I think he's having the best stretch of his career. He wants to keep playing. He don't want to sit out. He wants to hoop.
Right. I don't know, man. The text message aside, I'm not talking about them, but I've heard so many things with this organization, bro. I'm at the point where everybody's at fault, and I don't care no more. I don't care who get hurt. I don't care what nobody going through. Just play, right? You know what I'm saying? If you can't, you're here to entertain me. Just play. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker can't play, then I'm assuming there's a reason, right? I'm presuming that he can't play for whatever reason. But if he wants to play and the team is holding him back, just let him play. That's why you crafted the contract the way you crafted it. I'm tired of all this shit. Like all this. Well, he only did I want a treadmill. Supposed to do too. It's like, who cares? I just saw him. Maybe he not like other people. I don't know. I just saw him play. He looked all right to me. Fuck it, just let him play. I don't care no more. Like, you gotta just let these dudes play, bro. Enough of this shit. The medical staff sucks. It is what it is. I'm sure Mike Thomas did everything he needed to do. I'm sure Kamara, I'm sure Keenan Lewis, I'm sure all these people do everything they need to do to get back. Sometimes motherfuckers just suck. Yeah.
The difference is the people that get blamed are not the people that are like in the scenarios you're talking about doing wrong. The people that are getting fired from jobs are not Oshner.
Yeah.
And when the Keenan Lewis and the Michael Thomas and the some of that stuff is not talking about the people that are losing jobs. They're talking about they're talking about Oshner stuff. And so there's a little bit of I feel like there's just a small difference between those two things.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. But see, that's where it gets to the point. It's like, if I say we need to fire David Griffin and we all agree that David Griffin is not getting fired, then it's like, all right, so what are we talking about at that point? Right. Because with this, it's like, all right, you know who you're dealing with. You know who you're dealing with. And you either going to accept this is who you're dealing with, or you're going to move on from said player or person. Me, I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm tired of hearing, I'm just tired of having to complain about it. If you're going to move on, let's move on. But just accept what it is once you move on. And I mean, you heard Mickey Loomis's speech and how he was like, "Oh, it's all a coincidence," and da 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 da. Like, yo, this is a terrible situation. Like, this is a terrible situation. It's a terrible organization to be a part of. I'm not talking about anyone who just joined, because clearly they just joined. They wasn't here when the shit has been going bad all of these years prior to this year. But it's like, bro, how many times you gonna do the same thing and fail at it? And like, you was trying to reteach them how to walk. That didn't work. You was like, this all this stupid shit, man. Fuck all this weak shit. Just play them. Like, who cares? You 10 and fucking 10 and 30 something probably. Who cares? Just play the dude, man. Fuck all that. That shit is weak.
10:32.
Yeah, man. Fuck all that. Just play the dude. All this weird ass shit coming out. Yeah, I feel like I can do a lot. Well, go out there and show me that motherfucker. Go out there and play 45 minutes. Let's see what you got. Like, come on, man. All this weak ass shit. This shit is getting weird and lame. Fuck all that. I don't care if he late no more. Let him play. If he get hurt, if he dies, he dies. Play him.
Fucking Drago.
I agree.
Let's get the fan questions and comments. 5-4 boy. Appreciate you. Your super chat, Southern. Trey, appreciate your super chat. Trey played like Giannis. Samuel, appreciate your super chat. 14 of the next 18 games are teams in the Western Conference ahead of us. Can this team go 14-4?
Okay, wait.
Oh, appreciate the super
Someone do the
chat,
math real quick. If they went 14-4, what would that put them at record wise?
24-35. No.
What's the
24-36.
Could they go 14-4? Ooh.
Yeah, they're 10-32. So 24-36.
I think
only 10 games back of the play-in.
I think a lot of people have to lose at the same same rate that they.
Chris, here you go, bro. That's fucking crazy. Don't start.
The problem is is if you do that, they're going to convince themselves like 500 is going to be a threat to make the play in. Like you might even get you might even get the 10 seed at 500.
Wait, you mean? I thought you meant the Pelicans go 500 from here.
No,
you meant just in general? Yeah.
But if they go 14, this is what we kind of alluded to this last night. To me, this is a bit of a worst case scenario because if you go 14 and 4, they're definitely. Then you start talking about, well, yeah, maybe we don't trade Brand and we see what we can do. Like, I just don't want to go that route. I'm okay with playing with what you got right now, and pause and like letting the chips fall where they may. But I don't want you to not make the appropriate moves for next year that just need to be made. If you play this thing out and Zion and Trey go crazy and you end up making the 10 seed, fuck it, man. All right, cool. It worked out. There's nothing you can do about that. But you just can't not move on from the players that have to be gone and the coaches that have to be gone.
Chris. This is
Justin, you see that? You see that?
Only 9 points from the 10th seed. Oh, here we go.
You think? You think they letting us off this easy?
Phoenix is 19 and 20, and they're they're the 10 seed.
Justin,
we're miserable fucks, man.
You think they're letting us off this easy? Come on now. You know better than this.
It's tough.
You know better than this.
I think, what we in? It's January 15th. I think after the deadline, that's when I'm trying to tank begins. Because I like, again, this is the softest part of the schedule. I think after the deadline, you see that murderous row that they got. It's shit. I don't care who playing at that point. I don't think they're gonna. I think it's a wrap. Unless Javonte Green, keep balling. Shout, I don't know. But
so
I think
look, Chaz,
what you know, Chaz? Like February isn't.
What you think the cutoff?
What I think the cutoff is for it's time to stop playing around.
No,
in their mind. I think it's after the deadline. I think if you can't get rid of Brandon and CJ, then you kind of gotta play them. You gotta play it out at that point. Now, do I think it matters? No, because I don't trust Zion. I might not see Zion again. So I don't trust Brandon. I might not see him again. So, but looking at the schedule again, I think this team is genuinely bad. I really do. Like, even tonight, you're a goaltend away from losing. The Suns game, you're a Herb Foul away from losing. You get some decent officiating, you lose both of those games. So I just think so much shit is fluky and weird. They gonna lose, bro. It just kind of is what it is.
And both of those are without Zion. But both of those are without Zion too.
Well, shit, that's the team at this point. Maybe I don't.
But I'm saying, look, if he doesn't play, obviously, like the tank is on. I mean, you don't have to do anything; just keep doing what you're doing. The problem, but what we're alluding to is if he plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
he plays
February, you got 3 games against the Kings. We've owned the Kings in the last handful of years. You got a handful of games against the Suns in February. It ain't like the Suns are setting the fucking world on fire. You got the Spurs. You got the Mavs.
When you play the Kings,
you got
is it before the deadline or after?
It's before. You got like 3 in a row right at the beginning of February, or there might be one game between them. But hang on. You got the 8th. You play him on the 8th. You play him on the 12th, and you play him on the 13th. You play him three times in 5 days.
I think the deadline on the 6th, right? February 6th.
Is all right. So you play him right after.
So I think by then if Brandon and CJ going, you in full tank mode. If Brandon
and CJ ain't both gonna be gone, you know that.
Yeah, I think if Brandon going, you're in full tank mode. Because one thing about CJ, he gonna run out of gas. So I ain't really tripping on CJ at the end of the year. That's why you got to kind of move CJ now because he's already starting to run out of gas.
Yeah. Will Chill, appreciate the super chat. This season is the epitome of Griffin's intelligence. We were walking into a top 3 pick. Now they're going all in for a play-in exit. 5. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, this is just, as Will Chill said, this is Griff, right? Trying to lean one way and then lean another. Like, dog, you had an opportunity to get a top 3 pick if you just lean into the tank. Then you win off a couple games. Like now you're going to change up and try to get the 10th. Like this doesn't make any sense from a strategy standpoint. Like you don't have real goals, or you don't have a real plan, and you're not going to stand on it. So yeah, I think Will chose right.
Have y'all seen them? Like, what have y'all seen? Like to like kind of signal them like pivoting at this point? Because I never really thought they was trying to tank.
Yeah, they never been.
Yeah. So what have y'all seen that's like, oh, like they really going for it now to make them that you would say they like pivoting?
I don't think it was like I don't never said that they were pivoting. That the goal was to always get the 10 seed. It just looked like they should pivot to continue to try to get the top 3 pick. But they've always gone for the point of like we're trying to get to the playoffs, even when the universe is telling you should probably just go for the top 3 pick.
Shit, I think was that Washington. Washington won like 4 games in a row at one point. Yeah. The Toronto Raptors beat the Celtics tonight. That's 2 wins in a row. Beat the Celtics and the Warriors. Yeah. Everybody relax in the chat.
As Aaron Rodgers,
big win by Charlotte against.
Utah. Charlotte just beat Utah.
Big win by Charlotte.
Pelicans needed that. Utah, Charlotte, dumb as a motherfucker. Charlotte was down like 10 points going into the 4th.
Yeah.
I
saw that.
Lita from Daniel. Give Misi some time. Look at how far Trey has come since year 1. Eves is way further ahead of Trey in development.
I like to talk about the tier strippers that Chad suggested. Like, how do you know? Yeah, like how do you know? How do you know one that like had just had a look about them that like she only paid to play, and then the other one, you know what I'm saying? Who you just not gonna go? How do we like just from a bird's eye view? How would you determine that?
Well, I don't have any hands-on experience, but when I was doing my dissertation, I read a lot about it, and you go into an establishment, a scantily clad lady approaches you, and she, some say they invite you to this infamous champagne room, or the code might be like, hey, would you like to buy me a drink? And you got some people who lay them out, probably like a Zion. They go into the ATM, say, let me get your finest bottle of champagne, and they're gonna spend the evening with a lady of the night. Then you got some people, hey, security on standby, no touching, keep your hands to yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Put your hands in your pockets, pause. And especially in Memphis, they real, keep your hands to yourself. Shout out to Memphis. Allegedly. So I've heard, I read. Yeah, it was in the book. I'll email y'all the link later to the book. But yeah. So that's from what I've read. That's what I.
No doubt. Okay, cool. I'll be asking some follow-up questions throughout the pod. But
that's why you're an excellent journalist. Analysis.
Appreciate you.
Did Zion ever sign with a new agency? Anybody?
Yeah. Sounded a while ago, Lou. Shout out to Lou. Lou back. I think Lou a new person. Shout out to Lou.
What's up, Lou?
A few new people in here, man. Y'all gotta hit the like button.
Yeah, appreciate it. We'll go about 5
that's a good question.
Appreciate
it might be Louis.
Hey, Lou or Louis?
Ooh, Jarrett from Mike O. I'm done with Hawk. Dude, soft, panic, and can't dribble.
Hey, that's valid.
Think he's soft.
I don't know the first part kind of crazy, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there were moments where he panicked. One thing I did not like, he pre-switched to not guard somebody. I think it was Dinwiddie. He pre-switched to not be the one in the screening action on defense. So he pre-switched to not do it, and they still went after him. I'm like, bro, that they're going after. Like, step up to the plate, bro. You're not playing well. Cool.
Jared, he had a possession tonight where, man, I think he guarded Dinwiddie, forced a miss. They actually got the offensive rebound. He had to exit out to the corner, forced a miss shot there.
Yeah.
But they were hunting him throughout the night, though.
Yeah. Just don't lay down. Pause. Like, don't just sit up there and not hoop. What's
happening?
No, I was talking about in the chat. So
Talk comments.
Hey man, what happened to Chung, bro? Y'all done.
He changed his name. Chung is Mr. Chung now. He's distinguished.
He buttoned up now.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
There you go, right there. He said, I recommend hawkers consume certain compounds that alleviate softness. Well, there you go.
He's back. Hey, he's professionally back.
Excuse me?
Right on,
That's
Sean.
crazy.
Ross, what are your
Shout out
thoughts? Ross, what are your thoughts on this comment from Aaron RX? Stripper tears. I learned so much from this podcast.
You can learn a lot from this podcast. I've spent a few. Yeah, let's move on. Next topic.
We'll go one more comment. We'll get out of here.
Let me stop before I get in trouble.
AOD. Y'all want? Oh, you want to have something started, right?
Ooh. When y'all gonna talk about this? Is Dejounte Murray's team?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Damn.
Think so?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I mean, DeJounte, be honest, you had some exquisite off the court taste. I don't think he's a man that just wants trash. Like I've seen, I don't think he wants to own this one.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to own this one.
This is
Whose
right
team
now.
is it?
Griff's.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously.
This is Griff's team. This Griff's team.
Like,
I ain't know
you
everybody.
You have a face of a franchise.
Have you ever been to a wedding and they throw in a gardener and all the dudes just run away? This is the Pelicans.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, who's on first?
Yeah, shit. It's a tough sale.
Justin.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Justin, this question's for you.
Yes, Chris. Thank you.
Is there a reason we're not talking about being on a 2-game win streak? Could have easily been 3. Have you guys not seen anything positive you like? You can only play who's on the schedule. Glasses, Justin?
I can't even. This is. Okay. First off, Chris.
What we need to do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem.
To even bring that comment up. Yes, we are on a 2-game win streak. If we win
It's
one
not a streak yet.
if we win one on Friday, it's called a winning streak. It has happened before. Chris,
Just
you
not this
could
year.
name that movie. Major League 2. Okay, so what I don't understand is why. Can someone bring the comment back up? I don't know where the comment is. Anyways, yes, we're on a 2-game win streak.
Where is it?
They've lost 32 times. It's not even January. It's like we're not even at Martin Luther King Day yet.
Today
They
is
lost
Martin Luther King
32.
Day. Today.
Oh, today's?
Well, it's Monday, but
Yeah.
today's his birthday.
Yeah, today's birthday.
Gotcha.
Do you think that's La Jean with a space or Lejean?
I think it's LeJean.
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 But
That's funny.
The space is
LeJean.
Yeah.
yeah, or is it
Point,
hood? Or is it hood?
there have been
Could be nah, it's
LeJean.
LaJean. He might be like, no, it's actually LaJean.
Jesus
You're
fucking
right.
Christ. There have been
Sorry,
positives.
Legend.
He's been a positive. Trey Murphy's been a positive. I think Dejounte over the last 10 games has been a positive. There have been a lot of negatives.
We started off this show incredibly positive, though.
Incredibly.
Like I just don't know what like y'all expect. Like, yeah, they're on a 2-game win streak, but they're 10 games out of 10th place. They're the worst team in the Western Conference.
They beat the Jazz twice on Friday and Sunday. 4-game winning streak.
Oh, Jazz.
No. Yeah, they got the Jazz upcoming. 4-game winning streak, brother. Then what? Then what you gonna say?
And then what? Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
How you like them apples?
Look, I try to stay positive, but
hey, nah, Justin doesn't know. Yeah.
Hey, Justin, I just want them to beat a zone, to be honest.
yeah. Look,
That's it.
Jared and I were talking on the phone the other day. Jared was like, "We got to watch actual basketball. Like the bar is so low. Like it's just
Bro, shout out to Utah. Utah, some professionals. They didn't play Colin Sexton. They didn't play Laurie or
I can't believe
John
they're getting away
Collins.
with. I really like the
It's
league's
fucked up.
got. Yeah.
We get to watch our guy Collier play.
Oh yeah, Kylie had a hell of a game.
Yeah, friend of the show.
He went Keontae George 9 for 22. Kessler 5 for 7, 8 board. Yo, the Jazz got to stop this though. This is uncalled for.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. How low, like lowest being 1? How low? Sorry, how high can the lowest pick? How high can the lowest pick be for the Pelicans?
How high?
If that makes sense. Like after like top 3, are y'all like this sucks? Like the season's a wash.
Somebody had a great question.
4, 5, 6. Like where do you cut the line of like this is brutal? This is worst case scenario.
A couple shows ago or something.
Yeah. So
I might have one.
Yeah, my quick 2 cents on this is because I think I've kind of changed my opinion is I don't care anymore. Because I don't think we're going to fall in the bottom 3, and we had a real good conversation about this last night. I think I would actually just probably take whoever the best center available is. Like if you fall anywhere in the bottom 8 or something, just take the best center available. That sort of like hopefully solves this like, oh, we need to go get another center thing. Like, nah, just go draft whoever you think is the best one. If it's the same skill set as Misi, cool. If it's a different skill set, that's fine too. And then try to upgrade the guard positions with the like Brandon and ultimately the CJ, maybe even Hurd trades. So I think I don't think we're going to fall in the bottom 3 unless something crazy happens in the next few weeks. So I really don't care anymore. I would just you're going to be in the bottom 10 probably no matter what. Just take the best center available.
I got them finishing around. I was talking to Silver about this a little while ago. I always got to have them finishing around 6, 5th or 6th. Yeah. I think they jump up though. I think they end up in the top 3. I just don't think they get Cooper Flag. I think the league not going to let them. The league is like, we not fucking around. As soon as I saw Cooper score the points he scored, I'm like, Pelicans don't even worry about it. They're not letting somebody like that come to the Pelicans. It's not happening.
That's what's crazy. He scored those points, and I'm telling you, Utah started finding injuries from other
players. For real. It was over after that.
They were like, there ain't no way this cat ain't coming deep. I
see a scenario where Ace drops though. To me, my targets would be Trey Johnson and Ace Bailey. I see a situation where Ace drop, and I send Ace to the G League and like, bro, with a drill sergeant coach and say, yo, I need you to break every bad habit you have because you athletically you're a monster, and like defensively you're a monster. You just ain't got it right now in the shot selection. But that dude, if he go to the right organization, he gonna be great.
Utah reminds me the way they lose. They remind me of the Spurs before they got Wemby. They used to just find things. I don't know. I really do think there was like a call before the season started. It was like, hey, we want him. We want to lose. They told Adam Silver off rip, like, this is what we doing, whether you like it or not. We want him. And I think the Spurs probably did the same thing when they got Wemby. It was almost destined at that point.
No, Pop was getting himself thrown out of games in the first quarter.
First possession.
Yeah, like he just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Nah. He like, I remember one time he like winked and like laughed. It might have been against the Pelicans. He like winked and like laughed at the.
Oh yeah, it was a Pelicans game. Like
I think it was. He just like was like, fuck this. I don't want to be here tonight. Just got teed up and thrown out.
So let me ask y'all something though. Has any of y'all opinions changed based on what you've seen from players in the draft? Like based on what you've seen, Dylan kind of cooled down a little bit. I think he was sick.
I haven't really watched much to be honest anymore.
I haven't either. You know what, Chaz? I think conference play, like tournament play in total is what kind of does it for me. Like that like we have an idea where these players rank. It's not going to change too much, but now in this setup, now let's see how these teams look in tournament style. Even if all of them don't get into the final tournament, in their conference tournaments. And I think that's when you learn even a little bit more about some of these guys. So for me, I'm waiting till late February, Marches, and then I think, it can maybe change a little bit more. Right now, I'm just kind of, we're just moving along.
I'll be trying to get a second pick in this first round. I ain't gonna lie. They got some real good role player talent.
God, it sucks to be talking about the draft in January. Just that's what sucks. Smash the like button. Hour 4 in. Appreciate everybody. We will Guess we'll be live Friday. They play Friday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Monday. I thought it was Monday. Maybe not.
They play Friday and Monday.
I thought it was Monday.
That's a shame. If they was winning, we'd know.
We would.
That's
If
true
they was
too.
good, we'd know. You wouldn't miss a game, you know?
They're bad, not ours.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody. Appreciate all the super chats. Once again, presented to you by Sunshine John Deere Standard Mortgage. Of course, Scott Vicknair Injury Law Firm. Pelicans win 119-116. They have won 2 in a row. Going for 3 on Friday night. We'll see y'all later.
Oh.